I'm live. Big sigh today because I just finished recording an entire episode and I forgot to change the camera from this view right here. So you were just looking at my ugly mug for 10 minutes while I did nothing. Well, I didn't do nothing. I did a few things. So let's just do a really very quick recap, and I'll do a second 10-minute code doodle this morning. All right, so now I gotta reset up all my windows. It's so frustrating. Okay, so when I opened up the project, there's the same as last time, of course. All of the pink balls are just falling from the sky, and you just dodge them by using the WASD keys. In episode 2, I said that we would be... in episode 2, I said it would take way too much effort to put it into VR. So, in the last fail episode, I did just that, and I did that by just so everyone's on the same page at home. I went to player, project settings, player, deprecated virtual reality supported, checked that off. Then I went to package manager and installed the XR legacy input handlers. Then in the project settings under physics, I changed the gravity from going down to going sideways. That way, the balls can kind of fly at my face without me having to stare up at the sky all the time. And what that looks like is, here, let's fire up VR. And that's basically all you need to do. Without any code, you just check a few boxes. And hey, look at that. Now I've got a nice little dodge thing going on. Oh. Okay, that was surprising for me, but probably very loud for you, so I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, then I said I had 2 minutes left, so let's turn this into Beat Saber, which I did. All I did is I made a really quick, come on, there we go. I just made my little, look at that. There. And then I ended the stream amazingly by saying, look at that. It only takes 30 minutes to make the critically acclaimed Beat Saber. Why doesn't everyone make Beat Saber? Well, I think one of the reasons might be that I had actually screwed up the collider somehow, so I don't think I'm actually hitting things. Maybe I am. I don't think I am. I don't think they're actually being destroyed by my saber. So, I'm going to do some debugging and see if I can't actually make a feels good Beat Saber in this 10-minute block with this correct view for once. How about that? How about that? Okay, so let's start the timer. And let's commit to memory to never make a mistake like that again, right? Okay. So first things first. I need to slow down these falling objects because they are coming way too fast and it's way too hard to... Oh, they're just falling with gravity. They're not even propelling themselves. Okay, well that makes it even easier to slow them down because I'll just go like -2. Is that like a fifth the speed? Tenth the speed. That should be good. And then let's make them come every 0.8 seconds, 0.9 seconds. That's probably good. Let's increase the X range. So that would be the left and right up to, let's make both up to 3. Okay. So that just disperses the cloud of objects that are coming at me, gives me more time to plan and figure out what's going on. The player has a rigid body, which it doesn't need anymore. That might be messing something up. The camera doesn't. Right hand doesn't. The cube has a box collider. Why don't we move the rigid body up here? Let's just make it kinematic. Oh, the way I got the head drawing in the scene last time is a tax for me for screwing up. Pause. No, I'm pausing that countdown timer. You just set the target eye to both, which it should do by default, so you just get the VR headset looking just fine. The hand is a bit trickier. I had to make an extra game object for hand. And when I installed in the package manager the XR legacy input handlers, what that gives you is this tracked pose driver script. You just set it to XR controller, right controller, and then it works. That's all you need to do. I just added a cube, and then I made that cube look like a lightsaber. That's all. So that's all that does. And then what I did is I added a rigid body to the saber portion, which I'm going to remove now, and a saber script, which I'm just going to move up. So now you can actually bash things with the hilt, let's say. And in my saber logic, maybe I needed that. All I did is on collision enter, I just checked to see if it was a falling object you collided with, and if so, oh, unpause. Sorry about that. Let's just put a test message in here and let's see if this even works. So we should be seeing some debug messages if my lightsaber is actually destroying these balls. Ugh, now I have to wait. This is the worst for testing. Bzz, that looked like it worked. Yeah, that's working. That's working. Bzz, bzz. Okay. Hooray. We've got, I now have Beat Saber working. Look at that. Just that easy. If anyone ever wanted to make Beat Saber, now you know how easy it is. I'm going to make this a little bit harder by scaling the falling objects by 0.25, so a quarter of a meter instead of a full meter. Makes it a bit harder to hit. I'm going to make the lightsaber a little bit longer. It felt a little short. That's going to feel way too long. It looks too long, but the hilt isn't proper hilt size. Okay, maybe that's okay. Wouldn't it be nice if there's some kind of effect? I don't think I can make the cool split effect. Can I make a particle effect? Geez, I haven't made a particle effect in so long. Particle system. You know what? Before I do that, I just noticed, as I was looking at the particle system, I noticed the light trail, the trail renderer, and now I want to put a trail on the lightsaber because that's going to look rad. Okay, so I want the width to taper off over time. I want that time to be short, like half. Last episode, I also mentioned that Maple did not get enough treats this morning. Okay, a width of 1 meter, that's way too much. So let's say, there we go. We'll ask for 0.2 seconds. Okay, so this should make the lightsaber look all swooshy, right? Let's test. Okay, that looks rad. It's still going a little bit long. It's fun how a quick motion like that is like such a small amount of time. Tuning numbers to make that feel right is surprisingly unintuitive. Oh, maybe it's working. Maybe it's working. I noticed the cylinder is moving. It's doing update and before render. Why don't I just do update? Because it's making the trail look a little jittery as it moves. I want to extend that out a bit. 0.09. Okay. Oh, and the vertex distance. Because it's short, I can add some extra vertex ease. Let's do 1 centimeter there. 10x the triangles. Oh yeah, that feels much better. And then let's make it as half the width to start because it is too much right now. Cool. Cool. Yeah. If I move it slowly, I should put a minimum speed on it. Maybe some other day. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, these are spawning too far out. Too far out. That's the spawner. 1.5, 1.5. Okay, and I think a quarter of a meter is too small, so let's do 0.4 and a particle effect on destruction. Right? That's the whole thing that I was doing. Particle system. Kapoo. Yes, Maple. Not enough snacks. Yeah, this life is terrible. Okay, so I only want them to live for about half a second. I don't want it to loop, but I also want it. Yeah, okay. Half a second. The lifetime should be half a second. The speed should be a lot. The emission should be a lot. Rate over time. I don't know, 1,000? Boom! Let's make the duration even shorter. Boom. I mean, that looks cool. Sure. Let's just make this a prefab. Call it explode, and then on the saber, let's just make a reference to that prefab. If I had more than 2 minutes, I'd name these variables a lot better. So this is working. Destroy that old game object. So that's destroying this orb, and I want to Oh, I already used transform. Probably could have just said transform position. How about we do that before we destroy the game object? There we go. And I'm also going to destroy I after 1 second. So it should only be alive for half a second anyway, but that way it won't. Yeah. Should probably make an object pooler, but hey, who has time for performance when we only have 10 minutes, right? All right, let's see if this actually works. Come on, come on. Come on. Wait, why did that bounce off? What? Okay. It is no longer destroying them. It is bouncing them. Why is it bouncing them? Oh, because it's throwing an error because I never dragged in the prefab. I bet that's it. I bet that's it. And let's move. Okay. That should be... Oh, my cord's tangled now. All right, that should be the end. That should be it. I should now have Beat Saber. That felt rewarding. Boom. Boom. Oh, it's spawning in my floor. Hey, I have time to fix that because I have 12 seconds left on the clock. Come on, come on, come on. Spawner, you're going to move up to 2. Nope. 1 meter's fine. 0.5 and 1. Okay. There. Okay. Now I have a good feeling, nice tip Beat Saber. Look at that. Boom. Now all you have to do is the easiest part of game development, which is add audio. Especially in Beat Saber. I mean, just getting it to automatically sync. Gonna be super simple, right? I bet it's gonna be super simple. Look at that. Oh, this is so much fun. This is surprisingly joyous. I need to get the splitting effect in there, though. You know, I think what really is making it is this particle effect, which is way too big. I need to scale that down, but it makes it feel like every hit has oomph. And my saber is almost never in my field of view, so I'm never seeing it. But the trail is giving me a memory of where it was visually. So it's good. It's good. I like it a lot. Oh, I just missed 4 in a row. Oh, I can't end like that. But that's the end of the stream. Okay, cool. That was... I'm glad I did 20 minutes this morning, even if the first 10 minutes were a failure, because this was worth it. I guess I could do, next time I could do like the direction arrows. But, yeah. All right. So now, once again, we know that to make a working copy of Beat Saber, all you need is 30 minutes. I guess 40 minutes. This is technically episode 4, technically, but I've never made a mistake in my life. All right, until next stream.